Good morning. Something in my eye. Hi, it's Tanny the Canadian Stamper. Welcome to Saturday morning, August 27th. We're crafting today, and I have long pants on and socks, and I'm about to put on a sweater because I feel like it's fall, and I'm happy about that. Fall's my fave, and so we're making a fall card today. We're actually going to go over the whole suite. So I got this order, I think a couple weeks ago. I'm going to show you in the catalog in a minute. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's like trees and fall, and it matches paper from Celebration and all the things. And then I started getting into it this morning, doing the die cuts and stamping things, and holy moly, this bundle is super cool. So I've not seen Stampin' Up! Do this before. They may have, but maybe I just didn't buy the set. So we're working with rings, Ringed with Nature, this guy right here. And it has with it dies. There's a ton of dies. I'm going to show you what they all cut out. Plus there's an embossing folder that is matchy-matchy, but matchy-matchy to the dies, which I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Very cool. It's not just cool, it's very cool. So who's here with us so far? Terry, good morning. Marie is probably there. I think Jody was watching. YouTube doesn't always show me all the comments. Ready? We're gonna do, it's not gonna be super long today because I need to meet my team at 10 o'clock to go over some Royal Roads course stuff. I've got a ton of projects due. Like a ton. Let me flip you around. I'm absolutely enjoying the MBA program at Royal Roads. It's awesome. Just what I signed up for. Just gonna, am I okay for zooming? Just gonna put you in the cradle and then we'll see. How's everybody's weekend so far? I think we're good. Here it is. So I'm in the mini catalog. I'm on page 62, and this is the bundle I'm talking about. So you've got the stamp set, you've got the embossing folder, which I'm going to show you, and then you've got like all these dies. I don't know how many dies are in there, but there's a lot. So this says Tree Rings Hybrid and Embossing Folder. So there it is. So we're going to go over this, and then we're going to make a project. Okay, so let's talk about, I made up this little thing. So let me show you. So these are the sentiments here. I like the scripty. We've talked about this before, scripty and then the other. And then these are all of the stamps from the stamp set. For this one, I couldn't quite decide. Like, I think it could be going the other way too. I think possibly. And then I'm going to show you in a minute the die pieces. So this is the top of an acorn here. Just going to see if I can zoom in. And the bottom of the acorn is like part of the die set. And I think you could use it for part of the mushrooms. And you can also use it as an acorn. I'm trying to zoom, but it doesn't ever really work, does it? We're going to leave it because I don't want to mess it up. And then we have the dies. I'm going to hold this up so you can see. So these are the dies here. And then, so you get a couple of these, a couple of those, and then a single one of those. And then this is these two here is what I was talking about. So you could put the top of the acorn there, or you could stamp it and then have a piece here. But then there's mushrooms, and I think you could flip it around and then that could be a mushroom, you know? It's a lot. There's a lot happening here. So I hope that's getting your creative juices going. Okay, so let me show you the other part of the die set is this big guy right here. Then the other piece is this embossing folder. So you can see the tree rings, and then this matches. This is the hybrid part of it, like that. However, what's super cool is that it also matches the paper. So I cut out from the Designer Series paper, matches here. So I looked this morning, and this paper called Rings of Love is still available from Celebration. I can't remember if I've done a project or not with this before, but I love this paper. So if you're putting in something, an order, or you want to get on the group order, $60 or more, then you can still add this if you're going to get the bundle as well. Well, you get the bundle, I think it's $72, so then you could get the paper as a free Celebration item, and it matches. So, and then these are perfectly cut out. I think I've had a project where I cut those out freehand, which is also fine, but it's nice that it matches the die. So if the paper doesn't come back, then you can still cut these by hand. So then what I did is I took just this die and I cut out just basic white pieces here like this. Morning, Pam. And then, so let's talk about the embossing folder, and then we'll get on to our project. So this is the embossing folder. This is embossed, this is debossed. I don't need, this is kind of raised on this side. You could totally, I was gonna poo-poo it, but I kind of like it actually. Gives a different depth to it. And then this way. So then what you do is you can take this and cut it out from your embossing folder. My piece of paper wasn't long enough to grab this one. And then these are the pieces that you end up with. Isn't that cool? So from just a couple of runs through the die cutting machine, like look at all this, and then you've got multiples to make projects. So you can just tuck those into a little thing and bring them out as you need them. Now I'm going to show you a little trick, because you can take the die cut pieces and you can layer them. I'm going to show you in our sentiment on our project how to further deconstruct the rings of wood and then layer in your sentiment piece. So cool. All right, let's get to it. Now, today I also have the giveaway. But what happened is with the MBA program, it's absolutely insane. It's kind of like a deer in the headlights, given the amount of work and just sort of download of information. It's amazing, I love it. But it doesn't really leave much time for anything besides schoolwork. So I didn't do a newsletter this week, and I said I was gonna do 2 newsletters for people to reply back in. So I do need to do this giveaway, and so that's gonna happen later today. Now, before I do my card, I just want to tell you, I want to just talk about this paper pumpkin. Now, don't get too excited because I looked and it's no longer available. But if you got this paper pumpkin and you like sunflowers, I was crafting with my friend Candy, and we agreed that this is probably the nicest paper pumpkin that like we've ever worked with. It's amazing. It's not currently available on the refills unless somebody sees something that maybe I made a mistake, but they're gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. And it's the little touches. So this one, you got an extra ink spot. I think you got like this gold honeycomb. You got that. But look at the, okay, so here's the envelopes, for example. Look how beautiful that is. Candy was gonna cut hers up and actually make cards from it, which is an awesome idea. And then look at the cards. So really, I've added 3 things, well, and the bees. This is the base of the card, and then look, it goes all the way across. So I think you could cut all of this up and make so many beautiful cards. I love it. The color palette works. The design, the quality is super good. Yeah, so I'm just really impressed with this kit. If you have it and you haven't cracked it open yet, sorry, I should have said spoiler alert. Sorry, friends. But you're gonna enjoy this. Hi, Christy. Super pretty. Okay, so here's the classes. If you have signed up recently for the gnomes, I'm a bit delayed in getting back to folks just because of my MBA, but that MBA is over on Thursday. So, and actually we don't have any classes on Tuesday, so I am looking forward. I super miss my crafting, my little Zen space. So I'm coming back. Don't worry, I'm coming back. Okay, let's get into our project, guys. Let's do it. Okay, so the stamp set, let me open this. So if you get the bundle and the free I recommend the free paper if you don't have it yet, because you get a free celebration item if you get the bundle, which is the stamp set, the dies, and the embossing folder. And then get the paper for free. Don't throw these pieces away. This is what the stamp set was on. This is flimsy. This is a little more firm. You can make, you can use these to make shaker cards. It's totally possible. So here's your stamp set. I think I'm just gonna use the sentiment today because I kind of got carried away with the dies and things. So let's talk about our base and whatnot. So we have, I think this is, yeah, Smoky Slate, A2 size card base, Smoky Slate. Let me get this going here. Does anybody have this set already? I would be interested to know if you do and if you're happy with it. If you've made some fun stuff. Okay, so then we've got a piece of crumb cake. I'm not quite, I don't know if I'm in love with this base, but we're going with it. And then I was thinking the vanilla is not getting enough love in my craft room, so we're going very vanilla card base. So those I think go okay together. Then the cool part. So I ran the embossing folder with the tree rings, like this, for example, and then cut out all of them, took the one piece, then took the single die, hold on, so one of these ones. So I cut this out from this big guy. Then I used another one of these dies. They nest perfectly. You can line up the two tree pieces. And then I cut out from Very Vanilla a piece, and look at that. I'm so happy about that. So you don't have to cut out the center. I just wanted it to sit. I just wanted them to nest. I thought it was coolio. Yeah, so that's our sentiment piece. It's gonna be a super pretty, elegant card. I wanted to do 3 cards again, but I don't want to be late for my team as well. So let's talk about this. I'm gonna hold this up. I did a little bit of coloring already. And this coloring, so I'm using Cherry Cobbler, what's this? Dark Old Olive, and then I've got a couple of like the fleshy tone ones, so SU 100 and SU 300. So I die cut, obviously, and colored the tips, and then I've used the 2 browns. Just want to find, okay, so this one, for example, is like 1 brown, the lighter brown, and then I put a little bit to highlight over it. But then, like this one, for example, do you see how there's like a bit of a wood texture to it? So I've highlighted the creases in the paper with the dark, and then I've gone over it with the light. So let me show you what that's about. So I'm gonna take the brush tip, there's 2 different ones, and in the die cut piece, you'll see that there's little grooves in the paper. So I'm gonna highlight those, whoops, just ever so gently. Kind of helps with the imperfections of nature, you know? I like the depth of color from using the blends. And then I'm gonna take the SU 300, which is lighter. It would be nice if these, oh my gosh, that just happened. I was like, oh, it would be nice if the cap was on there. Can't believe I've been using these for however many years and only just realized that now. Maybe you guys already knew that. Okay. So I'm gonna hold this up to the camera. So it gives some depth to it. Don't know if I can color this close. Can you guys tell me what you're doing this weekend? If you want to share, I want to live vicariously through you. I'm just really familiar with the walls of Royal Roads currently. They said we did an alumni dinner on Wednesday. Gosh, the food was so delish. And had like a panel of past MBA graduates. And they said, you know, you should try and do something non-MBA every day. Like when kind of going through residency and whatnot, which is almost a bit laughable, but very, very sound advice. And then I talked to somebody, they're like, oh yeah, how much crafting you've been doing lately? Ha 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 ha. You know, we kind of laughed because she knew the answer was going to be not very much, but it's good. I've committed to my Saturday mornings. So I've been crafting for about an hour before. Okay. So if you don't have blends, you could certainly use aqua painters. Where are my aqua paint? These guys. These aqua painters. So take your ink pad. You guys know how to do this, right? You go like this. You're gonna open it, and then you want this. Excuse me. And you're gonna take your aqua painter, get a bit of wetness, roll it in there, pick up some ink, and you do exactly the same thing. So you don't have to have blends to do what I'm doing. You can do it in different ways. You could even use sponge daubers. You could, there's lots of different ways to color these. This is just the way I chose today. Don't feel like you have to have all the things. There's lots of different ways to do the project. Okay, so let's do our sentiment. So I have my foam mat because these are photopolymer stamps, which means they don't have a lot of squishy, like the padding. I think I'm gonna do this just for you. Maybe, but thinking of you. Thinking of you. This one, the one I had in my hand. And I'm gonna use Early Espresso. Oh, going to watch the roller derby, Jody. That sounds super fun. I'll tell you a funny story. It's kind of personal, but I will share. I was after my surgery, my hysterectomy surgery. I thought something was wrong, so Lance took me to Emerge. This was like a couple weeks ago, and so we sat in Emerge from, geez, I think we got there at about 9 o'clock at night, and then I didn't see a doctor until about 4 o'clock in the morning. It's all good though. Everything's all cool. Nothing to worry about. But the point of me telling you the story is that, I don't know, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it was, there was a gal that came in. She looked like she'd been hit by a truck. She was smiling, and I think she was being a good sport. But I wouldn't have known what was happening. She had a bloody nose. She had clearly, you know, something had happened to, you know, trauma or something to her face where yeah, the poor thing. Anyway, so she had roller derby like pads on, and her hair was in ponytails. She looked super cute. Just this unfortunate something, you know, crash or something had happened. She was a good sport. Poor thing. She was still there when I left. I don't know if maybe she broke her nose or I don't know what happened there, but yeah, she's tough. I'd love to go watch the roller derby. Is that here in Langford, Jody? Where do they do that? I need it on my bucket list. Christy, maybe we can go next time you're down. Or Kate, you'd probably enjoy it too. Where's Kate? Are you here this morning, Kate? I think she was camping. Okay, so you see what I'm doing here, building. Building. I'm going to we had a card buffet last weekend. Like, I unplugged you already, which was good. Nice little group, just a small group last weekend. So there we go. 2 card buffets in September. It's my birthday in a couple of weeks too. So that's exciting for me. I think I'm gonna go right in the center, I think. My laptop is working hard. The fan has been on all morning. I'm concerned it's gonna die on me. Palooza, like for my birthday, Christy? Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want this all the way. I just need to commit. I'm going with glue. I'm gonna get fancy with my other pieces that are going on. So see how that nests right in there? Like it was meant to be. Love it. It's the final tournament tonight, Esquimalt. My mom's going too? She didn't tell me this. My mom's been a little cookie angel. She's been making cookies for the whole group, like my class of 30 plus people. It's amazing. Chocolate chip, white chocolate macadamia nut. What else does she have in there? Ginger snaps. Yeah. Wow. It's super fun. I might have a little bit of FOMO, Jody. Final tournament. I'll have to keep tabs on it for next year, I guess. All right. So now we're just going to add our pieces. Then we're going to be done already. Shoot, this is crooked. I wasn't paying attention. Oh no. Stand by. I gotta do surgery. It's never gonna go for, my OCD is never gonna allow this to stay crooked. That's okay. I own my OCD. It's fine. I don't know that I would make the whole card again, but my little multi-tool with my paddle, saving the day. Would have been easier if I had it on dimensionals, hey? One moment, please. What are you doing today, Christy? You got to be doing something. You love outside. You're going outside doing something, I'm sure of it. Whew, there we go. Let's try this again. I've been meeting the coolest people from my school. Just the different backgrounds, the different experiences and people, and it's super fun. It's cool. I'm currently doing leadership and organizational behavior. And I like it. I like them both. Okay, so now I'm just gonna build out my decorative piece to highlight the sentiment. So these are pretty dainty. So just be mindful of glue overload. Less is more. I'm actually just doing it, well, you probably see, I'm doing it on the bases because I don't mind this. You see how that kind of floats up a bit? I like it. Doesn't need to be fully down. Need to put that down. So we're just gonna go with that. This is right up my alley with fall. So if you love fall, this might be a good set for you. I don't know that I'm going to use all the pieces that I have. Oh, Pam, you're going to put your shelf in. That's good. I know you've been working at that. This probably feels good to get that part finished so that you can do organizing. That's good. Gosh, I could spend hours organizing my craft room. It would never be done. Just got a bit of extra glue here I'm trying to get rid of. So I'm going to put, it's kind of covering my thinking of you, isn't it? There we go. All right, so I'm going to do a glue dot for my bow. So I'm going to make it my glue dot thin because my bow is thin. I feel like I need to do it. Does anybody know how to do a double bow? I need to learn. I know Kate uses a fork, but I need to learn, I want to learn how to do a double bow. Oh my God, I love this. It's so cute. It's so simple, but it's pretty. It needs some bling. I don't know if I need any more. Maybe not. I'm gonna cut this one. Then we're gonna add some embellishments and then we're done. Okay, so I did put a little message blip there. Well, it should be there. If you want to message me about one or more of the classes or RSVP, there's a form to fill out, which I can send you the link. I did not check, but I think the gnomes are still okay. I know they're back in stock. And then the other classes that are coming up for like the mega classes, that is 10 projects and you get an array of all sorts of different styles of projects. Really what you need for the class is a sentiment. I mean Christmas if you want, because a lot of them are going to be Christmas, but it gives you a good variety of fun folds, different things, and different products. And I'm doing a product share with them too. So you'll get some embellishments, some paper. So one of those in October and one in November, in addition to the buffets. So I'm using Champagne Rhinestone Jewels. Rose Gold is my fave. Oh yeah. I love that. I love these on here with the Very Vanilla. I'm digging it. Kind of felt like it was missing something and now it doesn't. I'm doing an eye. Ah. Do you think I could do 2 on there? It might be too much. Too much. Is it? Yeah. Okay, we're finished already. So I hope that you work in progress with no end date. Yeah, it's a constant work in progress, isn't it, Pam? Organizing craft spaces. I totally agree. Okay, that's our project. Let me hold it up so you can see. What do you think? Give me a thumbs up if you like it. And have a super awesome Saturday, guys. I'm gonna catch you on the flip side, like end of next week. It's gonna be so fun, when I'm a little less occupied. Oh my gosh. I did it the wrong way around. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay. Well, there's no pulling this apart now. So I'm gonna have to, that's hilarious. I just realized that. I know you've all done it. All right, well, no problem. We're gonna cut this off and mount it onto a different base. That's fun. We're gonna leave it like this and I'll take a photo and nobody will know. Okay guys, have a great Saturday. Thanks for checking in and enjoy your weekend. Bye for now.